to revamp the video that I did for the final project because things have changed just a little bit. So in this case, what you're going to have to do for your final project and what's a deliverable is you're going to create a Tableau file. And the Tableau file that you create will have a total of 10 sheets. So you'll have 10 sheets and one dashboard that features 5 of the sheets, which are charts, on the dashboard, along with text boxes that talk about your actual predictions that you made and the outcomes and whether or not it's what you thought it was. So, without further ado, I'll kind of give you a general idea of what you'll need to do to create your actual final project. Okay, so I went out and I found my Excel spreadsheet or the .csv. And remember, once again, when you bring in your actual data, is that you want to make sure that you import your data and that data is either Excel or a text file. Remember, they do not cross. So if it's an Excel file, it's a .xlsx. If it's a text file, it's a .csv. And then once you bring it in, you want to click here. Make sure you run the data interpreter. So now you can see the actual questions. Earlier, there is a video on how to download your project from the actual survey Qualtrics. So you can watch that video if you don't know how to get to this point. All right, so I have questions here, or actually I have my fields listed going across. This is a survey that came out of my dissertation. I figured it's just as easy to use. So now, once I've got everything in, I'm going to go to sheet number 1. Now, what you will see is your questions here. And once you have your questions, you're only going to be using 2 things. First of all, one of them is your question. The other is right here where it says sheet 0 count. So you want to make sure that you're always using the sheet 0 count, and that's going to go on rows, and then you just bring each one of your questions on. So for example, number 1, how many employees? I'm going to drop that on columns, and I'm always going to use the green count. So all we're really doing in this case is we are just counting our responses. Now, if you have nulls on yours, then you're going to have to not count the nulls, but that also might discount some of your data. So if you got exactly 50 and you have some nulls, you've got a problem. So you might want to run back out real quick and get a few more responses to actually combat any nulls that you have. So once you create your sheet, you're going to create the numbers that I requested in the assignment. So I'm going to go to another sheet, and I'm going to drag my sheet 0. And then I'm going to find somewhere on here my next question, or I'll just grab this one. How satisfied are you? And I drag that one on. And you just keep repeating this same process to where you have. When I originally created this, we did 10 sheets, but that has changed. So just make sure you see how many sheets I am requesting and make sure you create that number. Well, I thought I could do the magic of, fast forwarding, but it looks like my program that I have won't let me do it. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish creating 10 sheets just so you all can get an idea of what this is going to look like. Might not be perfect, but hey, it works. So I'm dragging each one of these. So I'm on number 8. Let's see. Grab that one. And then, let's see. Let's grab this one. and one more. Now this is just for demonstration purposes, not that it makes any sense, but hey, which one did I have? Okay, I'll grab that one. Okay, sorry about that. So here's all of my different sheets that I have. I've got 10 of them. Now, once you have created all of your sheets, now this is where you're going to go back, and you've got all 10. Now we have to go to the second tab and create a dashboard. And this is where you have all 10 of the sheets over here, but you're only going to pick 5 of those. So what you want to do with your dashboard, first of all, I'm going to put a title on the dashboard. And make sure you go to floating before you drag anything in so you don't have any issues. Now, the actual title, we're going to use text. So I'm going to take text. Oh, let me move this thing out the way. Over here. I'm going to grab text and drag it up. I'm going to call this, Final Project Dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and center it. I'm going to make it bold. Maybe I'll make it about 24. I'll make it red so it stands out. So there's the Final Project Dashboard. Of course, you can drag it across and put it right in the middle. And then, oops, I just lost everything. Okay, let me try this again. Oopsie. I told you though, just doesn't always go right. Oops, and it would help to spell. All right, the Final Project Dashboard, one more time. Fold it, center it, make it red, and 24. All right. Try not to drag it all the way up like I did because it will fall off. Also, the other thing you want to do on your dashboard, right here on size, take it up to about 11 or 1200 so you get the full space. And at this point, all you have to do is just pick 5 of your different sheets. So I'm just going to drag these in. And let's see, I already drug 4. Let's drag sheet 10. And I'm going to drag number 8. So there's all 5 out of the 10. Remember, though, you still need to make sure there are 10 sheets there. Now, what you'll have to do is maybe rearrange them a little bit so you have some space. And then what I'll do, for example, here for number 4, it says, does your organization need a backup data performer? Well, what I've done is I'm going to create a text box. And I'm going to say, I predict, whatever your predictions were. So I predicted, I got 2 eyes, that organizations would not want a data backup indicator. I'll say I predicted that 60% of the organizations would not want it. And what I found out was, and on my answer, I was almost right. Let's see, out of all of them that answered, 40 out of 20. So I was pretty close. So the result indicated that at least, let's say 50% did not want one. All right, so that's my text box. And then I take that text box and I put it right up under my answer. So I do that for all 5 of the boxes. So I'm going to have 5 of these. How satisfied are you with the backup? And so once again, I create a create a text box. I predicted that over 75% would... Gosh, my keyboard is just acting up today. Let's see what my results indicated. Pretty much that only, I had a little more than 45% were satisfied. So that goes there. So you get the gist of it. And you do that for the 5 that you pick. So once again, check the number of sheets and you're going to create one dashboard. One dashboard. 5 sheets that come from the actual sheets that you created, but you're going to have to create 5 text boxes that tell what happened. Please save this file, and when you go to save it as a packaged workbook so I get your Excel file along with it to make sure that I have your data. If there are any issues, I will be sending you an email to let you know that I need your data file. So you're going to have to pay attention after exams close, because I might need your information, because grades more than likely are going to be due on Tuesday morning after finals. So if you have any questions, send me an email. I'll be glad to answer them at whiteg@xavier.edu.